Okay, the next step is step 3, in which we're gonna sharpen your goal. And this may be one of the most essential steps, because if you don't know where you want to go, then you will never get there. And research has clearly shown that not only are people more motivated by sharper goals, but they are also more likely to achieve them. And in this lecture, we're gonna make sure that your goal is nice and sharp. And essentially the question we're gonna answer is, what would signal you that you have reached your goal? And you want to extract one specific signal here that makes crystal clear that if that's the case, if that's there, then you have reached your goal. So let's first have a look at goals that do not do this well, goals that are poorly formulated. And one example is the goal to get a good grade. What is a good grade? Or the goal to achieve more. Or the goal to be more productive. What does it mean to be more productive? How much more do you need to do to be more productive? And another example is the goal to be more happy or confident or relaxed, and essentially everything that has to do with emotions. Because the thing is, we can't directly influence our emotions. And so our emotions can't be the goal. Instead, what we need to do is we need to formulate a goal that once we reach it, makes us feel more happy or makes us feel more confident or makes us feel more relaxed. Actually, the emotions belong more to the level of the purpose, while the goal is a bit more practical and about what you want to do and what you want the world to be like in the future. So these are some examples of poorly formulated goals. Now let's have a look at some well-formulated goals. And one example could be for weight loss, that when you step on the weighting scale, you see 150 pounds. And the clear signal here that would show you that you have reached that goal are the 150 pounds. And another example of a clear goal would be that you want to have at least a C on the next exam. And here the signal that would show you very clearly that you have reached your goal would be to see the C on your next exam. Another example of a well-formulated goal, say that you want to start a business, would be that you want to earn enough to live from it, and you might want to add that you want to earn that amount of money for, say, 3 consecutive months. And this can be a well-formulated goal, provided that you know how much you need to live. If you don't know how much money you need to live, then this is actually a vague goal, and again, it doesn't work. You need to make the signal as clear as possible. And in this case, it also makes sense to add the 3 consecutive months, because when you start a business, you often have a lot of volatility, and you have some months that go better and some months that go worse. And so if you earn enough to live in one month, that doesn't mean that you also earn enough to live in the next month. And by adding the 3 consecutive months, you make sure that your goal actually really means something. But okay, the most important thing is really that there's this, what I marked here in orange, a clear signal that shows you very, very clearly that you have reached your goal. Something that just leaves no doubt about the question whether you have reached your goal or not at this moment. Now here's some useful questions that can help you find out what that signal could be. One question you can ask is, what do you want to see once you have reached your goal? So for example, you may want to see the 150 pounds on the weighting scale. Another question you can ask is, what do you want to happen? Or you could ask, under which circumstances would you be done? Because very often people formulate goals in a way that they actually can never be finished. For example, if you say, I want to be more productive, well, when are you actually done with that? When are you more productive? Is that when you do one thing more or 2 things more? When are you done? And by asking yourself under what circumstances would you be done, you force yourself to specify a specific endpoint for your goal at which you have reached your goal. So you can use these questions to extract the signal that would make very clear that you have reached your goal. Alright, having said that, it's now time for you to do the assignment. And as I said, the question you're going to answer is, what would signal you that you have reached your goal? And you want to name one specific sign that would make very clear that now you have reached your goal. So having said that, it's now time for you to get active, and once you're done with the assignment, I see you again in the next lecture.